As we knew we would, and we were pretty certain that we'd have to do a real good job of spreading them out and distributing the ball to try to neutralize some of that size and strength, and that didn't happen in the first half. Offensively, we had a really tough half. Really just didn't get much going. Defensively, I thought we did a real nice job, obviously, with the turnover, going back for a score. That was a big play for us. And we just really couldn't capitalize on that from a momentum standpoint, and that was very disappointing. But with that said, I thought that we had a couple moments in the game, the long drive with Carson and then Banks' return, where we were in the game and had a chance to cut it and make a serious run at it. But they showed what very good teams do. They're able to put a drive on and go score in a very physical way, and that's what really good teams do, and that's the result of the game. So. Very disappointing. I thought the biggest play in the game, from a negative standpoint early, was the fumble on the punt return. We made a stop, good quality stop, had a chance to either fair catch it or get a big return. They did a great job of cutting off the return, and then we had the turnover there. And I thought that was a really, unfortunately, key play early in the game. So with that, I'll take questions.
One silver lining I'm going to go for right here is Courtney Herndon on the interception return. I know that defense and ball disruption, that kind of stuff is big to you. Can you talk about what he's meant as defense and that return itself?
Yeah, you know, let me tell you why that to me that's the whole thing behind it is so disappointing is because we're 16-0 with a defensive and special team score, and so you know this will be the first time to lose a game scoring in both the kicking game and on defense. So that's why it was the turnover was so tough, and then to be able to come back, you know. On the punt return, another special teams area where we're really, you know, wanting to do real well and make a difference in the game. That's you know, you can't ask for much more than that. You get a score on defense, get a score in the kicking game, and then still come up short in the game. That's really disappointing. But Courtney did a great job, and we knew that from a turnover standpoint, we'd have a chance in this game if we didn't turn it over. And we knew that the history of both teams had been kind of a wacky deal from a turnover standpoint. 11th and 12th in the league from a turnover margin standpoint, and unfortunately it played out in that case. But real proud of Courtney how he took that back. It gave us a chance to get a lead in the game and go from there, but it was not enough.
On the defensive problems, is it just a repeat of previous games?
Pretty clear we couldn't tackle their quarterback. Didn't matter who it was. Defensive ends, corners, safeties, linebackers. We couldn't tackle them. And we had him. Tim had the perfect call on several times, and we just bounced off of him. He's a really good player, and I think that's how we'll just have to go back and watch the tape. But obviously, he was very good tonight. As we would be.
Does that all go back to the offensive and defensive line as far as their ability to run and your inability?
Well, I think we had people in position to tackle the guy in the backfield, maybe half a dozen times in the game, maybe more, and we didn't tackle him. Just bounced off of him or whatever it was, and that's ultimately missed tackles. You know, there's no chance to beat a physical team like this. When you get a guy in the backfield, you got to take advantage of it and get him on the ground, and perhaps, particularly when it's quarterback, knock the ball loose because they're the most vulnerable. That did not happen.
Full eligibility, not a possibility now. How do you keep this team motivated for next week against Nebraska?
Same way we've been doing it. You know, these kids are very professional, so as a staff, we're going to continue to work. You know, send these seniors out of here with a win. That's all we talk about, and feel bad for the senior crew and for the program. Won't have a chance to go into the postseason, but that's where we are. That's the reality of it, and we'll go back and do everything we're supposed to do starting this week, and we'll play against Iowa State.
Coach, how would you assess Josh Freeman's play, and what was the rationale for taking him out in the third quarter? Yeah,
Josh wasn't his normal self. He wasn't doing some of the things that we expect him to be able to do for whatever reason, and because of that, I pulled him out of the game for his own benefit, safety perhaps even, and for the play of the team. And so we'll have to have an evaluation done on that to see what's going on. But I thought Carson did a nice job while he was in there.
Any light specifically you can shed on?
No.
So he might be injured, you're saying?
I'm not sure what it is. So I wasn't going to take any chances, and I thought that Carson would play well, and he did.
Any other questions? Ron, you didn't seem, I want to word this right, as involved today as far as in the mix with the other coaches. Was Because I seen things.
I'm not sure what you're asking.
Any other questions, guys?
Do you feel like your kids are continuing to respond to you during the week, Coach, and doing things that you want them to do?
Yeah, I think the kids are fighting really hard. I think they're playing their tails off out there. It was a really good team we played. I thought our kids fought all the way to the very end. I'm very proud of them.